Hey, what's up guys? Slick here from the WGN Xbox YouTube channel with kind of a unique video today, something I don't normally do, but Trials this weekend kind of prompted it. The map was Radiant Cliffs, and there are dozens of spots on this map that are just kind of cheesy and shouldn't be in the game. And so this video, we're just going to kind of go through them. And kind of the first spot I'm going to show is like the bog standard. A lot of people know about this spot. It's kind of like, up here to the right as soon as you spawn in on top of this little rock here. But there are just so many spots on this map that kind of have this same unfairness to them. And I'm kind of just going to let the footage play here. There's a lot of different spots. You can kind of watch and see whichever ones you want to use. I'm really just going to kind of give my commentary throughout the video on kind of the nature of these spots and is it cheating, what should you do and things like that. But what kind of prompted this video is we actually ran into a couple teams today and heard on some streams as well. People talking about this spots and kind of us being killed by somebody in these spots, and it's just kind of unfair, right? Everybody should, if we're going to be using these cheese spots and Bungie's not going to do anything to address it in the map or even change the map, for the weekend, everyone deserves to know about them and how to use them, so that way you can fight fire with fire, like if need be. I know gameplay should not focus on using cheese spots like this, right? We want gun skill to be the primary focus in Trials. We want to be able to make plays and not just totally be, out exploited per se. And on that note of exploiting, is this cheating? Could you get banned for this? I don't think so. There's a couple spots, like you see the one right there looking down to the mid where it has that timer up, please turn back. That's kind of exploiting the map, right? That's clearly not intended to be there. And I hope none of these are intended to be there, by the way. Otherwise, it's just terrible map design choice. But like you can see in a lot of these spots, it's just kind of taking advantage of the map geometry, like all these different ledges you can get on, kind of like the Vexy stuff. Like back here, you have a little wire you can stand on top of. That's kind of legitimate. But a lot of these spots too, they're not, totally power positions, right? The main power positions are the very first one we showed, and then the two that just kind of look down onto the middle. A lot of these spots are just kind of like super unique scenarios where maybe you're getting pushed by two people and you can just chuck a dust field or throw some ninja stars or whatever. Kind of on that note, by the way, most of these spots you can get into on every subclass. The ones in the middle, we could only get into them on the Hunters. There's one later in the video that we think you can only do on a Titan as well. I'll get to that. But yeah, a lot of these spots, personally, I'm never going to use them, right? Unless somebody is really cheating. And I play on Xbox, so there's not a whole lot of cheaters, right? Unless you're running like a Chronos Max, some sort of modding thing, or mouse and keyboard, whatever. Or if you're using one of these spots, of course, fight fire with fire, like I said earlier. But yeah, these map design decisions are terrible, and it clearly illustrates that Bungie is not playtesting their game. If me and my clanmate, who've never done kind of out of map stuff before, can find these spots in like half an hour of searching, did anybody actually try to do that on this map when it was made? And furthermore, if they did find them, did they actually think they were good for gameplay? And right here's the second spot that's like out of bounds, the turn back thing with the countdown. We can't get on top of the actual tree. It's possible that you can if you use glacier grenades. That's something I want to test out a little bit later, actually. But this spot here where you can literally just walk around the edge of the map. Why is this route here? It should not be here. It totally can screw with the game flow of the game. So you can see us here going from the tree to the outside, right? You could totally flank around someone's spawn and almost never appear on the radar if you hit this route. You would disappear off the radar as you're coming around the backside. They'd think you went back through A side, now you're on the C. It's just a total mess. You could go back the other way, we're pretty sure, with Titans with Lion Ramparts. But yeah, I guess my ranting is kind of almost done here. We're coming towards the end of the footage that I got. These issues need to be addressed. Radiant Cliffs should have been taken out of the rotation almost immediately once we started finding these spots. And with all of these here, I certainly hope it's never there again. But I could really make a 10-20 minute video on how terrible the map design is in a lot of these different maps here. For example, this spawn that goes back 200 meters and is totally off the radar. But I am going to stop there. That's going to do it for me in this video. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed and it's going to help you out. And I will see you all in the next one.